Hey guys, and welcome back. So in today's video, it's another reaction video with me, the millennial, and Tamia, the Gen Z.
Hi.
Today we're going to react to the price of vehicles here in South Africa, specifically hatchbacks, because I think hatchbacks is like the most affordable vehicle that you can get, like compared to like sedans or SUVs. A hatchback would be like the most affordable vehicle that you can get, and we are going to look at brand new vehicles. So I'm going to be using the website Auto Trader, and I'm going to set it to new cars only. Timia, by the way, let's start with a question. What do you think the price of a car is in South Africa? But like the starting point, what would you think? Since we're doing hatchbacks, which is like the most affordable cars that you can get, what do you think
Like,
a price would be for a brand new hatchback? I'm not gonna say brand or anything. I'm just saying like whatever. What do you think
30 or 40,000?
for a brand new car? 30 or 40,000. All right, we'll see. So just Google Auto Trader here. Let's go onto the website. Okay, here's new cars and body type hatchback. So as you can see, these are like some default results that come in. You can see the price.
Yeah.
239,900 rand. You said 30 or 40,000. Yeah, no, it's not that. So let's see what we have here. There's going to be a few brands. Let's go by brand, right? We look at the cheapest one by brand. Let's start with Audi since it's alphabetical here. Lowest, sort by low, right? The cheapest Audi you can find on Auto Trader, brand new, is a Audi A1 Sportback 30 TFSI. I don't know what 30 is in. Recently Audi changed their branding to like not engine size to like these 20s and 30s and 40s. I'm not sure if everyone knows what it is, but it is a 1 liter 3-cylinder petrol engine. Power is 85 kilowatts and 200 newton meters of torque. Wow, 520,000 rand for an Audi. Well, that's not the most affordable. So let's go to the second brand. Let's go to Fiat. The cheapest Fiat here is 250,000, which is the Fiat 500 twin air cult. What is this? So immediately to me, you're 30 to 40. Why did you think it was like 30 or 40,000?
I don't know, I just assumed. Plus, in my defense, I didn't know what a hatchback was.
I didn't even explain what a hatchback is. Let's look for a picture. See this boot lid.
Mm-hmm.
See, normally with the sedan, it's a 4-door vehicle.
What's a sedan?
I'm explaining it, you know. A sedan is a 4-door. You know what? Let me just Google it. I'll Google what a normal sedan looks like. So let's look at the images here. Let me just Google definition. I know what it is, but I want to explain it properly. I just Googled definition of a hatchback vehicle. A hatchback is a car body configuration with a rear door that swings upward to provide access to the main interior of the car as a cargo area. So a rear door swings upward. So this boot would swing upward for you to gain access to the main interior of the car as a cargo area. So the cargo area is this boot now, right?
Yeah.
It's the whole thing will lift up with the boot and that rear glass. So it's one piece compared to a sedan, which is so definition of a sedan is a passenger car in a 3-box configuration with a separate compartment for engine, passenger, and cargo. So separate compartment. See this picture here?
Yeah.
These doors, if you open them, you can go in and sit now, right?
Yeah.
But the boot, if you open that, you can also gain access to the cargo area. It's all like it's not separate compartments like a sedan. A sedan, the boot would be on its own, where you where you open the boot and you only have access to the boot. Whereas if you on the hatchback, you can get access to the rear seats and stuff like that. But anyway, let's move on forward. Do you understand? Let's just say yes so we can continue with the video. Okay, so Fiat 500 Twin Air.
That's a pretty small car.
Yeah, it is a small car. Let's see. Let's have a look at this. So far, this Fiat is the cheapest car we have found. Let's look at this car finance calculator. The retail price is, say, 250,000 Rand with a deposit of 10%, which is 25,000. What if we put it up to 0? So with the 0% deposit, it will be like 5,000 Rand a month for 72 months. That's 6 years. 60. Yeah, people spend like 6 years paying off one car when they buy it on finance. So this 250,000 Rand, you would finance it with some sort of bank or financial institution, right? So they would take that amount with the interest of 13.5%. Let's see what it would be like with 0% interest. With the 13.5%, it's 5,000 Rand, right? It's not giving us any. It's not giving us a figure. Okay, with 5% interest, it would be 4,000 Rand. But the prime interest rate is 11.5. Let's see what that is. 4,800 Rand. You have any questions so far about the price of vehicles, of hatchbacks in South Africa so far?
Okay, why would you spend 6 months trying to pay off a car? 6 years, sorry.
6 years. Well, that's the price of it. If you don't have the cash to buy it, cash to just pay for it and buy it off completely and it will be yours, you can finance it. So that's what most people do. Because they don't have the cash readily available, they finance their vehicle with a bank. And the bank will give them like these terms like repayment period, which is 72 months, 6 years. And what that would be with a 11.5% interest would be every month you'll have to pay like almost 5,000 Rand for this car.
Okay,
for 72 months, for 6 years.
Okay, what if in those 6 years, like, you get into an accident or if the car gets stolen or something?
Yeah, that's why you need to have insurance as well. If you have a vehicle that's under finance, you have to have comprehensive vehicle insurance. So that's another cost apart from this installment that you pay. So it will be more than 5,000 Rand. It might be like 6, 7, maybe even 8,000 Rand.
How much is insurance?
Depending on your individuals, like, because it'll be different for different people depending on your age, your license type, and your history, insurance history, your driving. So that was Fiat. Let's move on to Honda. The cheapest Honda, which is a Honda Fit 1.5 Comfort. This is an automatic. Let's have a look at it. Honda Fit. Is this looks like that other car that they had. I forgot what it was called. It was that small Honda. I don't think you will know.
Probably
but
not.
There was this other Honda that was small like this. Brio. It was called the Brio. So this Honda is starting from 310,000 Rand with a monthly repayment. Okay, I'm going to set all the deposits to 0, right? Because I just want to know what it would be like without any sort of down payment or whatever. 6,285 Rand for 72 months with a 13.5% interest rate. So the prime interest rate is 11.5, so they're adding prime plus 2. So 310,000 would be 6,285 Rand. Let's say your car that you were saying now was 30 or 40,000. It's not actually that price, new cars, but I'm just saying if you were to pay this 6,285 Rand for 40,000, you'd pay it off in 6 months, just over 6 months. But yeah, people are paying it over 72 months.
6 years.
6 years. And even now, so you can get it even longer than that. So you can even be paying it for even longer than that. Let's see Hyundai. Hyundai is a very popular car brand here in South Africa. So let's see what's the cheapest Hyundai. Yeah, brand new. It would be a Hyundai Grand i10 1 liter motion hatchback. 215,900 rand. This looks nice inside. The styling is subjective. It's got a 5-speed gearbox. The dash and the steering looks nice, but I wouldn't. Even the seats look kind of nice. That with that red stitching.
How much is it?
It's 216,000 rand. We should have been writing down which one is the cheapest. Okay. Okay. So far, it's a Hyundai with 216,000 rand.
How much was that? I thought it was smaller.
The Honda, that was 310.
No, the other one. Yeah, this thing.
250,000. So far, the cheapest one we found was 216,000 rand. We'll say 215 to 220 for a Hyundai i10 1 liter. Let me get a page so we can write down what is the cheapest one we find. Okay, I got a piece of paper here now. So far, the cheapest one we found was the Hyundai. What was it called? Grand i10. Let's see what the cheapest one we actually can find is. Kia. So this Kia Picanto. Picanto is more expensive than a Hyundai. Kia Picanto 1 liter start. It's got a stripe on it. So this is saying it's the black edition. It looks very similar to the Hyundai, right? Doesn't that tell you that they are like sort of like together, the two companies? That's why it looks very similar inside. So the Grand i10 and the Picanto are like sort of similar cars. So cheapest Kia is 235 rand. It's not the cheapest vehicle that we found. Let's go with Mazda. I know Mazdas are quite expensive. 2024 Mazda 2 1.5 dynamic manual, 320,000 rand.
At least it's kind of larger.
The Mazda 2. It's actually not that much bigger than the other cars that we saw.
The pictures make it look big. Okay.
Yeah, the pictures make it look bigger.
It's zoomed in.
So this Mazda 320,000 rand would be 6,500 rand a month for 72 months.
Some people don't even get paid 6,000 a month.
Opel Corsa 1.2, 250,000. That's the cheapest one we can find. So far, the Hyundai is the cheapest, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Hyundai Grand i10. Let's look at next one, Peugeot. Cheapest whoa! This Peugeot is almost no wait. Why is it gone from 220,000 to 300,000? Something's up here.
Yeah, people are greedy.
No, look at the first one is 220,000, then it goes to 300,000.
That's probably because
I think the normal price is around 300,000 because there's more of that. There's only one that's at that price. So this Peugeot,
it looks the same.
Let me know if you even like Peugeots in the comments, because I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of it.
They all look the same. Why are they differently priced?
Jenna, I don't have all the answers, by the way.
Why not?
Because I don't work there. Okay, let's go on to Renault. The Quid. This is a popular car here in South Africa as well. The Renault Quid, which is now the cheapest vehicle that we found. The Renault Quid.
No wonder it's so popular in South Africa.
Yeah, because it's the most affordable. Renault Quid, which is 160,000 rand. So let's go on to this. Let's have a look at the pictures. It's got wheel caps on it. Nomex, 1 liter engine. It's got an aircon and stuff. Not really much to talk about it. Let's see. Let's have a look at this engine. 1 liter, inline three-cylinder petrol engine with 50 kilowatts of power and 91 newton meters of torque. Fuel consumption is 4.9 liters per 100k. So Renault Kwid is the cheapest so far, 160,000. Yeah, I don't know if anything's gonna beat that. Wait, are we looking for the cheapest one or the best one? Okay, let's look at the price for whatever we can find, yeah? And then I would say which one would be, like, which one I would choose. Suzuki Espresso. Okay, the Suzuki Espresso is a 1 liter. You know what? There's more brands. There's more like cars under the brands. I'm only looking at the cheapest one. So the Suzuki Espresso is a 1 liter 3-cylinder, 49 kilowatts. It is 169,900, which is 10,000 more than the Kwid. Monthly repayments would be around 3,500 rand. But you know what? I made a mistake because you see, under the Suzuki, like under the brands, there are different cars.
Oh.
Okay, Opel and Peugeot didn't have. Mazda had. Okay, Kia. See, the Honda had the Fit and the Civic. The Fiat had the 5. Okay, not everyone had. I'm not even gonna look at the Audis because they're so expensive. Let's look at this Hyundai i20. We'll come back to Suzuki. The cheapest i20 is this 1.2 liter fluid, 280,000 rand. I don't like the styling of the new Hyundais, the i20s, or I think the previous one looked better. Okay, let's go back. Okay, the Mazda 3, 435,000 rand for a Mazda 3. Okay, let's move. Okay, so far the Kwid is the cheapest we found, right? But let's have a look at some other Renaults, since they are here anyway. Cheapest Clio is 283,000 rand. 290,000. This red one looks nice. I remember when this car first came out, like I think it was like 10 years ago. It was very like I like the styling of it, and they kept it going because it was very different compared to like previous Renaults. This looked so much better.
Okay, but as years go on, do like the car prices get cheaper, like when they first made, and then like 10 years later, let's just say?
What you mean, like used cars?
Oh, used.
No, new cars would go up all the time because of inflation and stuff. But used cars will come back. So we're looking at new cars only. These are brand new cars.
Yeah, okay, but like what if the car is like brand new, but like it's like an older version of it?
No, they keep updating it. Every couple of years, like, remember, okay, I said that this car came out like 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But over the years, over those 10 years, they made like updates to it with the styling, and maybe they did like a facelift, or maybe they did something in the interior. So even though it's an older like shape of car, they did do stuff to update it over the years. Can you stop falling asleep? The Espresso was the cheapest Suzuki that we found. But let's look at other Suzukis. Cheapest Baleno. This Baleno and the Toyota Starlet are almost like they're like the same car that's been rebadged for Toyota. It's actually a Suzuki. So the cheapest Suzuki Baleno 1.5 GL that we can find. Let's look at the engine. 1.5 liter 4-cylinder petrol, 77 kilowatts. That's pretty good. 77 kilowatts. This obviously is a base model, so it doesn't have like aluminium. It doesn't have alloy wheels. I'm saying aluminium. doesn't have like alloy wheels and stuff like that. And I'm not sure, but I know like the base models they'll have electric windows in the front, but not in the back. Can you see?
It's electric window.
But it has a infotainment screen, aircon. Let's see if that's a window weight. No, it probably won't be so low. Okay, anyway, cheapest Suzuki Baleno is 236,000, and let's see what other Suzukis there are there. So we looked at the Espresso and the Baleno. Let's look at the Celerio, which is a 1 liter engine. 180,000 rand for the Suzuki Celerio. What is it? 3-cylinder, petrol, 49 kilowatts. Probably the viewers who are watching know more about that, but you are more interested in like learning the price of vehicles, right? Not the engine and what. Because everything, like almost every other car is like different. Yeah, one is a 4-cylinder, one is a 3-cylinder, one has different powers and stuff like that. So this video is like focused on the price of cars, and then later I will say which is my like personal pick. So this is the Suzuki Swift 1.2 liter 4-cylinder petrol engine, 61 kilowatts.
Houses are so much easier. Houses were easier.
You know why? Because you know more about houses than cars. But this car is a nice car.
You don't need to know a lot about houses. Cars, it's so much more complicated.
Yeah, it is. Because they're all like different. They're all sort of similar, but they're all different.
They are cars. They have one purpose in life. Drive.
That's another thing we should talk about, right?
Don't need to make like 100 models of one car.
As we were saying, that they only have one purpose in life, which is
to drive.
To take you somewhere.
Yeah, get you from point A to point B.
Yeah, but people, you see, when people buy cars, they like they buy what they like, or they buy what they want. People get like emotional with cars, even though it's technically just it's a tool. Sort of. It's like just something that's supposed to transport you from A to B. But people get like emotionally attached to it. So they buy cars that they want. They buy cars that they like, or they buy cars that they grew up wanting and stuff like that. So this one here looks nice. 220,000.
Are people that are like emotionally attached to cars, are they okay?
Yeah. That's why you could just buy the cheapest car over here.
Yeah.
Which is the Renault Kwid.
That's the best
But
option.
somebody might like something else. That's more expensive. Even though the purpose of a vehicle is just to transport you from A to B. Like even when I got my license and I wanted to buy a car. But I didn't buy my first car brand new. I bought a car that I wanted that was within my price range or budget or whatever. But I think when you buy a car, you buy it with emotion. I think most people buy cars with emotion because they buy what they want or something that they like, instead of just buying what works. Something that just works and it's affordable and stuff like that. Like look at the Audi that we saw at first. Look at that Audi. The cheapest Audi we can find is 520,000 rand, which is like 300 and something thousand more than the Renault Kwid. But somebody would buy this. Maybe not now because it's so expensive, but people buy what they want. It's sort of like an emotional purchase, a car, because you buy what you like, even though you might not.
How do you have an emotional attachment to a car? It's a car.
Well, you haven't driven a car ever.
I've been in enough.
Well, you haven't been in any nice ones. That's all I can say. But what you're saying is right, because cars, they for most people, they are like either the first or second most important purchase they'll ever make in their life. Like we did the video with houses, right?
Yeah.
For most people, that's the biggest purchase that they'll ever make in their life, a house.
Yeah.
And a car is like what you could say, which is the second biggest purchase that they'll ever make in their life. And I don't think you should take emotion into it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have a learner's license. You never driven a car.
I'm just saying it's like
It's something that's hard to explain unless you actually in that position. Where we were, but it's Swift.
it's not a car. It's a car, not a puppy or something. Like, you don't need to have emotion.
You see, because you spend so much of time in a car. Like most people use a car to go, for work, or maybe they be studying or something, or maybe they grew up and their family had a certain car, and it was all these childhood memories and stuff going to school, or if people get attached to cars, it's hard to explain it. I don't know why, even though it is just a tool that's meant to transport people.
It's a car. It doesn't have emotions. It's not gonna have emotions for you.
I'm saying the car doesn't have emotions.
Yeah,
I'm saying the
exactly.
people
So
that
why do
buy
you need
the
to have
cars.
emotions for it? It's a car.
It's hard to explain that. Maybe when you're buying your first car, you might feel something.
I probably won't.
Okay, so we just looked at the Swift, right? Cheapest Swift was 200,000. So the Swift starts at just around 200, over 200,000 there. Let's see what would be the installments for this. 200,000 with a 0% deposit. Okay, so it's just over 4,000 rand for the Swift, which I actually like. I think it's one of the best cars that we've seen here while we've been looking, and it's quite affordable too. Yeah,
It looks the same as the other one.
they all look the same. Most cars look very similar nowadays because it's very, I don't know how to explain it. Like, when cars were made in the 60s and 70s and 80s, they looked very different compared to each other. But most cars nowadays look very similar. It's like plastic boxes that we just move around in.
Exactly. People have emotional attachments to plastic boxes.
No, I'm saying like the bumpers and all are plastic, but before it was like art. Before car design was like art, and there was like coach building and stuff like that, where people build cars by hand. But now it's very automated and stuff like that. That's why they all sort of look the same. Okay, let's go to Toyota, which is one of the biggest car brands, not only in South Africa, but in the world. The cheapest Toyota, which is this Vitz. Toyota Vitz 1 liter, 169,899. So the quid is still the cheapest, right? But this Toyota and the Suzuki Celerio is basically the same car. They just rebadged to be a Toyota. So it's got 49 kilowatts. Average fuel consumption is 4.4 liters per 100 kilometers. I don't want to explain what fuel consumption and all is to you because that'll take too long.
I'm probably not going to remember anything you said, so it's fine.
This is supposed to be a learning experience. You're just already ready to forget it. Okay, the cheapest one is the Vitz, right? Let's look at the Starlet, which is sort of the same thing, which is the same as the Suzuki Baleno. The Starlet looks nice. I think the color, the silver looks nice. It does look nice inside the Starlet. 230,000 for the Starlet. 4,678 rand. I'm seeing there's a thing here that says total interest. So this car is 230,000 rand if you were to buy it cash. That's the price. But if you were to take it over these terms for 72 months, the total price you would pay is 336,806, which is over 100,000 rand more. So you're paying 106,000 ran 811 in only in interest. Something you need to know when you like buy a car on finance. The first couple of years that you're paying, say like this is for 6 years. Maybe the first 3 years you won't really make much of an impact to what you're owing in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know because I own a car that's financed, so I know, and like I had previous cars that was financed. When you take out one of these terms, one of these agreements with the bank for like 5 or 6 years, the first 2 years, sometimes maybe even the first 3 years, you don't really pay much of the car off. You're paying mostly for interest. So after like 2 or 3 years, you're noticing that, oh, okay, what I'm owing the bank and the value of the car at the moment is sort of like the same. It's hard to explain.
Okay, one question. This is about cars and blah, whatever we're doing. But, okay, so you said you had a car on like finance before this one, right? So, you were paying for that car, but then you sold it, so...
Yeah, I traded it in. So, what happened then was, I traded it in to a dealership which paid off whatever I was owing to the bank. That was a couple of years ago. So, because I gave the car, I traded the car in back to a dealership. They took the car, and whatever I was owing, they paid the bank. So they took possession of the car, and they paid it off. So now the car is theirs, and they can resell it or whatever. And I no more owe the bank, but I was buying another car from them. You know, they took my old car away. They sorted the finance out with the bank, so I was free to buy another car. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't think I think it's a lot for you to take in today, but
Been at school for the past like 6 hours and
Okay.
I come do this.
yeah, this is your homework now. Learning the price of cars is your homework.
I have enough home.
So the cheapest Starlet is 230,000. Let's go back to Toyota. What are the Toyotas they have? That's a hatchback. The Corolla. I'm not expecting the Corolla to be cheap. And it's not. It's 500,000 rand. 499,500, which is 500,000. Estimated monthly repayments over 72 months is just over 10,000 rand. So the car is 500,000, right? If you were to buy it on these terms with this interest rate of 13.5 for 72 months, you'd be paying in total after the 72 months, you'd pay 731,470 rand in total estimated repayments, and the interest would be 231. That's like half the price of the car that you're paying back in interest. Yo, let's see what there was more Toyotas there. Let's look at the GR Corolla. Then we go back. They don't send the Yaris. Yeah, no, that's the GR Yaris. But they not sell the normal Yaris anymore?
No.
Do you even know? You just
No.
said no. So the GR Corolla 1.6 turbo. This one is for selling for 800,000. Eh? It's got a inline 3-cylinder 1.6 liter turbo, 221 kilowatts and 370 Newton meters of torque. Let's look at the price of that Yaris. So the Corolla was 800,000. The Yaris is the same. The Corolla and the Yaris is like the same price. Wait, let me go back to the... So the both have the same engine and they both have all-wheel drive system, but they're the same price. See this? 800,000, 810,000. Okay. If you can afford that, I know these cars will probably become like collector's items, but way, way in the future. Not like now. Volkswagen. Let's see what the cheapest... Okay, Volkswagen is the last on the list, right? So, let's have a look at the cheapest Volkswagen hatchback, which is the Polo Vivo, which is the same car that I have. Starting at 220 25,400. So the Vivo has a 4-cylinder inline 4-cylinder petrol engine. Power is 55 kilowatts. Torque is 130. Okay. The Vivo just got this update. It's like a new version. Remember you was asking me if they what were you saying? If they make old cars new, do they
No,
get cheaper?
I did not ask that question.
You asked me something
No.
like that.
No, I said the older cars, like as like time goes by, will like the price deteriorate.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. See, this Polo Vivo has been around for like a couple of years now, right? But they updated it. Like just this year, they updated it. See, it never used to come with these screens and stuff like that.
I
This
know.
infotainment, yeah. You know, my car doesn't have this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when I'm saying they updated it, they updated this grill and stuff like that, and I'm not sure about
How
the
do you
lights.
even notice that?
I noticed because mine don't have it. My car doesn't have it. Like the screen and stuff, my car doesn't have it. Even though I have a Polo Vivo, and it doesn't have these buttons. I think is this a trend line?
Wait, yours doesn't have the buttons?
No, on the steering wheel it doesn't have that.
I really don't pay attention. I thought it did.
Okay, the cheapest VW is the Polo Vivo, which is starting at 225 rand. 225,000 rand. It was 225 rand. That's like Nando's 225 rand. Can't buy a car with that money. What are the VWs? Let's look at the normal Polo. So not the Polo Vivo, the Polo TSI, which is starting at 310,000. This is the 1 liter TSI, 70 kilowatts.
Doesn't look different from the Vivo, but okay.
It does look so much different from the Vivo.
Kind of.
Look at the inside, how different it looks. The interior and all is completely. It's a
It's because
different
it's
car.
more expensive. It needs to look better.
Yeah,
so
okay,
people
yeah,
buy it.
Yeah, it does. Look at the screen and all. The dash is different. The screen, the steering, even everything about it is different.
Because it's more expensive.
So the cheapest Polo TSI starts at 310,000, and I know the Golf is probably No, not GTI. What is the cheapest? Okay, so on Auto Trader, they're only showing the GTI. That's here.
That's probably it.
I'm not. Well, I would think that VW makes a normal TSI Golf. So, Tumia, which one was your favorite? Which one did you like the most? Regardless of price, which one you liked? You can say what you liked, and then I'm gonna say what I liked. Don't look at what I'm writing.
I'm not doing what you're writing.
Don't copy my answers.
I don't even know what my answer is. I can't remember what we were doing.
Are you that sleepy? Oh. Okay, I know. I have two options of what if I was buying a car. Okay, maybe it should be three. But I don't know if because I'm making this list slightly with a bit of emotion because I'm saying something that I would like, even though it's not the cheapest vehicle on the list. Did you not like the Clio? I like the Clio. What was it? 280,000.
There was one I liked, but now I can't remember the name of it.
Okay, let me just. Since you're taking so long to. And you probably don't even remember the name.
I don't.
So, if I were choosing a new hatchback from this list to buy, there's two vehicles that I have, right? I would either choose. Maybe it should be three. Okay, let me write three. Wait, let me check what the prices were. Let me see which one was cheaper. 235.
Okay, now we all know which one you chose.
You know one of what I was gonna choose. Okay, the Suzuki Baleno is 235, and they're around the same price. Okay, I have three options. Let me start with the first one since I know what it is. So, My first choice would be either the Suzuki Baleno or this Toyota Starlet. But I'm not sure if it both comes with like a warranty and a service plan. So my first choice would either be a Toyota Starlet or the Suzuki Baleno. But look into which one comes with a warranty and a service plan. I'm going to count that as one car because it's sort of the same. My second choice would be my car, basically. Well, this is a newer version of it. The Polo Vivo. So either the Suzuki Baleno or Starlet, that's choice number one. The Polo Vivo, choice number two. And my third choice from this list of hatchbacks to buy brand new would be the Suzuki Swift. That's my number three choice. And it starts at 200,000 Rand, which is around 25 to 30,000 Rand cheaper than the other two that's on my list.
Why? Why this
Because
one? No. Why this one?
What do you mean why? It's a very good car. It is a very good car. It's a 1.2. Like Suzukis are generally very good cars. But this one doesn't have that
Infotainment.
Yeah, it doesn't have infotainment stuff. But there is a new Suzuki that's coming out, like a new version or update or something that's coming out soon. So, choice number one, Toyota Starlet or Baleno or Suzuki Baleno. Choice number two would be the Polo Vivo. Choice number three would be the Suzuki Swift. Yeah, that's my three that I would pick. What would you pick?
I don't know.
I don't know whether to put the Quid on the list.
What's the Quid?
The Quid was the cheapest car that we found on this list. On this list of website for brand new cars. I don't know whether to put it on the list. You see these three cars, they are nice cars. They are well built cars. They are reliable cars. And they hold their value quite well. Like Toyota, VW, I'm sure Suzuki as well, probably hold their value really well. The Quid, it looks like a sketchy car. From the start, it's looking sketchy. It doesn't look like like a comfortable or I don't want to say not well built, but it looks a bit like sus. Like just look at the Vivo and it looks like a nice car. It looks like a well designed, well built.
I know what the Vivo looks like. I see it every day.
Okay, yeah. Even like look at it. It looks very nice. It looks nice compared to the emotions coming back. If it wasn't for emotions, just buy the Renault Quid and get it over with. It's the cheapest car.
That's probably like what half the world does.
No.
People who have emotions are you guys are weird.
See, even the Toyota Starlet, it looks like a very well built car, well designed and stuff. The Quid just doesn't have that look to it. It looks cheap. It is cheap and it looks cheap. You know what I'm saying? It's the cheapest car, yeah, and it looks it. It doesn't look like it's as good as the other ones.
You're not trying to say. You're just.
It looks like not as good as the other ones.
If any of the viewers have a Quid, they're gonna be
I'm sorry if you have a Renault Quid, and I apologize.
You're busy talking about emotions here. What about their emotions?
Yeah, they're probably shouting at us at the screen.
At you. I think the car looks okay. It looks
Let's see.
nice.
The second cheapest. Okay, the cheapest car that we found was a Quid. The second cheapest was this Hyundai Grand i10. The Quid was 160,000. This was. No, wait. The Suzuki was cheaper than that. Okay. Let's just have a look at this Hyundai again. Very, very similarly priced between the Vivo and the... See, these three cars, the Swift, the Grand i10, and even the Vivo and stuff, they're very similarly priced. But there's like 20,000 between the three of them. But I wouldn't pick the i10. I'd either pick the Swift, the Vivo, or the Starlet. And me, you would pick going to sleep, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
I like this green, but this. Okay, what were you saying?
I can't even remember what the Audi even looks like.
I like this like sort of greenish that the Grand i10 has, but like the styling compared to the other three, the Swift, the Vivo, and the Starlet look 10 times better than this. But the inside it does look nice. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. You can leave your comments down in the comment section, and let us know what other stuff you'd like us to react to. Be sure to give the video a like and subscribe if you'd like to see other reaction videos or cooking videos or camping videos or going to the market videos or what other videos are? Going to a hotel videos. If you'd like to see more of that, you can watch it on my channel and consider subscribing. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
I'll see you all in the next video. Don't run away now. Watch another one.